Director of Communications for the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees. She told me the humanitarian operations across Gaza have now essentially collapsed, and from tomorrow their operation will be suspended indefinitely until fuel is brought in.
I think we've been warning not for days but for weeks on end now, and that's it. As of tomorrow morning, we are not able to send our trucks to bring in the supplies that have been coming in for more than 3 weeks now via Egypt. We were able to do this today, but tomorrow I'm afraid we won't be able to do it. This was the last time we were able to communicate with our teams in Gaza, and they relayed this message.
The last bakery closed yesterday, so if there's no bakeries, there's no aid. How long before people starve to death?
Well, that's it. We also have been warning about the impact of the siege on people's lives. And we have been asking for fuel to avoid exactly where we are tonight. And it seems that our calls have fallen on deaf ears. We will not be able to deliver assistance. We will not be able to pick up assistance. There's already no water for 70% of the population. The population is completely isolated tonight because of the fourth blackout in communication, and medical facilities do not have fuel. It's horrific. It's just horrific.
Can we talk about the negotiation that is being reported today, that in return for the hostages there would be perhaps a 3-day or a 5-day humanitarian pause? Would you be able to get things up and running in that short space of time?
If we get fuel, yes. This is why we've been asking for fuel. And it's quite unbelievable that an agency the size of ours, the largest humanitarian actor on the ground in Gaza, is forced to beg for fuel. It's quite unbelievable. Now, if we get urgent shipments of fuel, the adequate amount of fuel that we need to run an operation, of course we will continue. But where we stand right now is we're not able to pick up the trucks. Tomorrow, there's going to be a severe reduction in our ability to reach people in need because of the fuel and communications blackout. But if we get fuel, and this is why we hope that someone will hear us out and that we will eventually get the amount of fuel that we need to run this humanitarian operation, then we will be able to continue, and then we will be able to save lives and provide assistance.
If you were to disperse the aid that might come in during a humanitarian pause, you would rely presumably on some of the 13,000 staff that work for UNRWA within Gaza. Would you be able to make contact with them? Would you be able to disperse them across the strip to get aid to where it's needed?
Extremely difficult with a blackout in communications to do this. So restoring the communications network is going to be absolutely critical. Bringing fuel is going to be absolutely critical for us to be able to deliver assistance, not just UNRWA, but all other humanitarian agencies. So we need to restore the communication network, and we need fuel as soon as possible for us to continue to deliver assistance to people in need. We have 800,000 people who are now taking shelter in our facilities, and we need to reach them, and without fuel we cannot reach them.
Juliette Touma there, the Director of Communications for